Yes, and welcome to our Objective 4.2 sample problems, where we're going to solve quadratic equations by factoring. Let's get to it. So remember, when we're solving equations by factoring, the key is to find the factors, set them equal to 0. So if something's already factored for us, like number 1, all we need to do is set them equal to 0 and solve. So I'd say 7n plus 8 equals 0, n minus 7 equals 0. Subtract 8, so I'd have 7n equals negative 8, and then when I divide by 7, I get n equals negative 8 over 7. Over here, all I have to do is add 7 to both sides, and I'll find that n equals 7. So those are my two solutions. Now, not all quadratics will have two solutions. Some will have one solution, some will have no solutions, but there will always be no more than two answers. So let's look at number 2 here. X squared plus 12x plus 35 equals 0. So we're already set equal to 0. That's good. That means we just need to factor. And since our leading coefficient is 1, we need to find two numbers that multiply to 35 and add to 12. Those would, of course, be 7 and 5. So I'll say x plus 7, x plus 5 equals 0. There are my factors. Once I have them, I set them equal to 0. And then I just solve. So for these, all I would have to do is subtract 7 and subtract 5. So x equals negative 7 and x equals negative 5. There we go. Now looking at number 3, 3b squared plus 2b equals 8, notice this one's not set equal to 0. So that's always our first step then. So I subtract 8 from both sides. So I'll say 3b squared plus 2b minus 8 equals 0. And this is going to be what I factor. So since a is not 1, I need to multiply 3 times negative 8, and that'll give me negative 24. So I need factors of negative 24 that add to 2. All right, well, that would be positive 6 and negative 4, right? So I'd say 3b squared plus 6b minus 4b minus 8 equals 0. Factor this by grouping. Fantastic. I can take out a 3b. I'm left with b plus 2. I can take out a negative 4 to leave me with b plus 2. And that tells me that 3b minus 4 times b plus 2 must equal 0. So now that I have my factors, I set both of them equal to 0. Now here, it's important that we add 4, so we'll have 3b equals 4. Divide by 3, we'll find that b equals 4/3. When I subtract 2 from both sides here, I find that b equals negative 2. And there we have it. There would be our answers. B equals 4/3, b equals negative 2. Fantastic. Let's look at number 4 here. P squared minus 9 equals 0. Well, so think about what's happening here. Sorry about that. That thing just keeps popping up. P squared minus 9 equals 0. So if I want to solve this by factoring, I'm good that I have it equal to 0. It might be helpful to rewrite p squared plus 0p minus 9 equals 0 for some of us, to think that we need numbers that multiply to negative 9 but add to 0. Those numbers, of course, would be 3 and negative 3. So I'll say p plus 3 is one factor, p minus 3 is the other, and when I multiply them together I get 0. So that means p plus 3 equals 0, or p minus 3 equals 0. So that means p equals negative 3, or p equals positive 3. There we have it. Fantastic. All right, looking at 5, a couple things going on here. First, we are not set equal to 0. Let's take care of that. Add 50 to both sides. So I'll say 2x squared minus 20x plus 50 equals 0. Second, I have a GCF, don't I? So I can divide both sides by 2. So that gets rid of the 2, so I'm left with x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. Okay, and now we can factor this time with a leading coefficient of 1. So all I need to do is find two numbers that multiply to 25, add to negative 10. Those would, of course, be negative 5 and negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10. So I find x minus 5 times x minus 5 equals 0. And this is a case where we only have one solution. There's no point in me putting both of these equal to 0. I just need to do one equal to 0 because they're going to give me the same answer, right? They're the same factor. So, and when I do that, I will find that x equals 5. So remember at the beginning I said it's possible to have two solutions, one solution, or no solution. This is an example where we only have one solution. All right, looking at number 6, 2x squared plus 9x equals negative 10. What happened down here? Let me fix that real quick. X equals 5. Box it. Good. One solution. All right. Computers want me to slow down here, but we say no, charge. 2x squared plus 9x equals negative 10. No, 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 no. Got to get it equal to 0. Add 10 to both sides. 2x squared plus 9x plus 10 equals 0. All right, AC method now. Definitely have a leading coefficient other than 1, so I'll say 2 times 10 is 20. Factors of 20 that add up to 9, that would be 4 and 5. So I'll say 2x squared plus 4x plus 5x plus 10 equals 0. Factor by grouping. So I can take out a 2x here. I'd be left with x plus 2. I can take out a 5 here. I'd be left with x plus 2. Fantastic. That tells me that 2x plus 2 times x plus 2. Oh, sorry, 2x plus 5. Goodness. Outside terms. 2x plus 5 times x plus 2 equals 0. So I'll say, now that I have my factors, set both of them equal to 0. So that means 2x will equal negative 5, which means x will equal negative 5 halves. Or subtract 2 from both sides, x equals negative 2. And there we have it. Hopefully we're feeling really good about these. Again, it comes back to factoring. If we're feeling good factoring, we should be feeling good here. If we need more practice with factoring, that's okay. Keep practicing. You'll get better at it, I promise. All right, this is Mr. Carter signing off. Get started on those practice problems. I'll see you next time.